Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Opinions on Stories. In today's video, I'm sharing my thoughts on Chris Brown's recent arrest in the UK. So let's get right into it. Chris Brown was recently arrested in England for allegedly assaulting a man at a nightclub back in 2023. The man he allegedly attacked is a music producer named Abusive. According to Ab, Chris struck him in the head with a bottle, then continued to punch and kick him after he fell to the ground. Abe claims the attack was completely unprovoked and is now suing Chris for $16 million. A judge has ordered Chris to remain in custody until his next hearing in June. Right now, Chris is supposed to be on tour, and it's still unclear if this arrest will have any impact on that.
Chris Brown arrested. The 36-year-old Grammy winner reportedly taken to jail in England for an alleged attack at a nightclub there 2 years ago. Investigators tell ET an arrest happened just after 2 a.m. on Thursday outside this five-star hotel in Manchester. Here's what allegedly happened. According to The Sun, a music producer is accusing Brown of an unprovoked ambush at the trendy London nightclub Tape back in 2023. The alleged victim claims the R&B star hit him over the head with a bottle, then punched and kicked him as he lay on the floor. He says he was treated at a hospital and needed crutches to walk when he was discharged. The producers also reportedly launched a civil complaint seeking $16 million for injuries and losses as a result of the alleged incident. ET's reached out to Brown's legal team for comment. So far, he's still set to launch his upcoming world tour in Amsterdam on June 8th.
If these allegations are true, it's yet another example that Chris Brown's behavior has not changed. People love to say he was young when referencing his 2009 assault on Rihanna, or they bring up the fact that Rihanna forgave him as a reason not to hold him accountable. But that doesn't excuse his pattern of violence. It's been years since that incident, yet Chris's behavior still seems erratic and unhinged. Let's not forget, Karwaishe Tran had to file a restraining order against him in 2017 after he allegedly sent her violent threats. Back in 2013, he was accused of violently shoving a woman named Deanna Gines to the ground, so hard that she reportedly suffered torn ligaments in her knee and needed surgery. Serious incidents like these can't keep being brushed aside with the "he was young" excuse. I know a lot of people are fans of Chris Brown and love his music, but the truth needs to be told. He keeps getting a pass. His behavior isn't going to magically change just because people keep enabling him. And even if he does change, that doesn't mean we should ignore or excuse the damage he's already done. Growth doesn't erase past harm. Another thing that doesn't get talked about enough is Chris's violence toward men. Yes, his violence toward women gets discussed, and it should be, so it's never forgotten or swept under the rug. But his violent behavior toward men often gets overlooked. In 2012, he was involved in a club brawl with Drake, Tony Parker, and others. In 2013, he got into a parking lot fight with Frank Ocean, where he allegedly punched Frank and used a homophobic slur. In 2016, his former manager, Mike Gergis, sued him for allegedly launching a brutal attack. That case was settled out of court in 2019. And now, we have this 2023 incident with Abdial. These are just some of the violent situations he's been involved in over the years. According to multiple reputable sources, there are many more. So no, he's not just violent toward women. He's violent, period. Violence is wrong regardless of who it's aimed at. And people need to stop ignoring his violence against men just because it doesn't fit the typical narrative. It all needs to be talked about. And honestly, how many more excuses are people going to make for him? How many more times will people get mad at anyone who brings up his violent past? Let's be real, the Rihanna incident will always follow him. He and his defenders may hate hearing that, but the truth doesn't go away, especially when his troubling behavior continues. The same thing happened with R. Kelly. For years, people made excuses for him. Artists kept collaborating with him. Everyone looked the other way because they liked the music. Then the Surviving R. Kelly documentary aired, and then people finally decided to be outraged. That's when they started canceling him, distancing themselves, and pretending they didn't know. But they knew. They just enabled him. until they couldn't anymore. We shouldn't have to wait for something like that to happen with Chris Brown before people finally stop enabling him. It doesn't matter how many people have forgiven him when he continues to hurt others. Forgiveness doesn't equal a free pass. It's time to tell the truth about Chris Brown. He's violent. He has a serious temper, and he should be held accountable. Being talented, making good music, and being able to dance doesn't excuse abusive behavior. This culture of enabling is exactly how people like Chris, R. Kelly, Diddy, and others get away with so much for so long. But anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think about this story or my opinion in the comments below. I'll leave a link to the article in the description. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Thanks for watching.